Hi, hey, and all those other greetings, Spade Adventurers. I'm Jake Spins, welcoming you guys back to my Gaming and Unboxing channel, where today we have our 4-month reunion of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC for the Booster Pack Wave 3. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm a little bit tired right now because this came in the midst of final season, and I know what you're thinking. Yes, I should be working on final stuff, but I have it covered. And also, it will drive me nuts if I don't play this. I've already waited a day, and I don't want to wait any longer, because it's me, and it's Mario Kart, and I love Mario Kart. Now, before we do get started, I do want to mention that there are a few updates that we will unfortunately not be able to show off during this video, because we had two non-DLC related things that have been changed. One of them is that when lightning strikes you and you're in a glider, it works like Tor now, and you don't fall into a pit, so no more target shacks, which is awesome. We also are able to select our own items when we go into versus mode, which means you can do an all blue shell race on rainbow roads. Yeah, you can go entirely insane if you really want to. Anyway though, today's cup is gonna be the Rock Cup, and we're gonna be going with King Boo in a sports bike with leaf glider and a super glider. Kind of looks like he's going to go meet his buddies at a biker bar or something. Now the reason I chose King Boo is for a few reasons. First off, because of Boo Lake. I mean, you know, obvious Boo, King Boo, but also London has fog. It has a lot of like spooky stories with the fog and stuff, so I figured that would work really well. And then I figured the rest was fairly fall-like, you know, fall's very Halloween-y, so that's why I chose the specific things for the cart. I originally was going to do the squirrel glider, but then when I did some practice rounds, not on this, but just to see how it would drive, yeah, it turns out thumbnail potential is terrible with that glider, which is unfortunate because it would have been great for Maple Tree Way, but I decided to go with the regular glider because with the logo and the color it adds to the spookiness, and then the rest is very fall-like. Anyway though, we've got London Loop originally in Tor, Boo Lake in GBA, which I originally played in Tor, Rock Mountain, a little bit of nostalgia there, and Maple Tree Way, a lot of bit of nostalgia there. So anyway, let's get rock and rolling in this Galaxy-introduced Mushroom Cup. You know, I don't know why it took me this long to realize I could have called this the Dwayne Johnson Cup. I don't know why it took me this long, and I'm sorry for it. But anyway though, London Loop, I don't really remember it all that well. I remember kind of liking it, and I know I've been saying this a lot for the tour tracks, for the city ones, but it's not necessarily one of my favorites. There's one very specific one that I've been waiting for, but like I've said in past ones, they've made some changes to be able to go through all the routes. So my opinion on this track may potentially change, because I do think it is pretty cool, at least from what I remember. You have this like park area. I remember a lot more like barrels that you had to rush through with boxes and stuff. And also, I do apologize if I bonk on walls a lot, because I'm using a cart with inside drift. And if you don't know, I usually do use bikes, but when I use bikes, I usually use them with outside drift. So this might be a little bit of a learning curve, huh? Yeah, but thankfully I've used them enough to kind of know what I'm doing. Alright. Oh, don't hurt me, Fido. Okay, actually, inside drift kind of saved me from that chain chomp there. Oh, that's so clean. I mean, it feels weird to me. I don't know if visually it's gonna feel weird, but you know. Okay, we literally just had Boo and Blooper at the same time, which I've never seen, and then a blue shell. We got all the bees. Boo, Blooper, and blue shell. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm trying to do a New York accent when we're in London. You know? It would make more sense to do, like, a British accent. Because that's where London is, right? Sorry, I just woke up, like, an hour ago, so the question of where is London is fairly justified. And it's better than when I was at Anime Club with friends. And so we had to do Guess the Anime. They had France, Freddie Mercury, and Japan. And I said, oh, Sailor Moon, because planets. Yeah, it took me longer than it should have to realize France is not a planet. So, when I say something stupid like, where is London? You know, it could be worse. Oh, no, dude, don't do this. Don't do this. Link's on my tail. And we have the chomps free. Well, you know what? Good for the chomps. Oh, dude, no. No, we're being savaged. You can't destroy a king? Okay, lightning might be our saving grace here because of how we're going to take the turns. Link with the Master Sword is not... Oh, let's go! I was going to say, is not going to conduct electricity, and then we got the shells and we bonked him. We said, hey, you want more green on your outfit? Well, here you go, buddy. Oh, and then oh, I'm sorry, Isabel. I didn't mean to snipe you right there. I was trying to prove a point to Link. You know, because if he's going to be our rival, then I need to prove it. So, okay. Thoughts on this course? I mean, it's alright. It's cool what they did with the chain chomps, but I feel like a lot of the routes were the same. They don't all have to go backwards, and the bridge is pretty neat. So it's a more traditional track with a few route differences. All in all, I'd say it's pretty cool, pretty fair designed. But I'd still say maybe still mid for me, you know? It does a lot more for me than New York does. And I feel like it's a track that I'm going to go on a fair amount, but I also feel like it could be maybe a little bit forgettable at times. Who knows? Maybe that'll change in the future. Okay, guys, Boo Lake. Now, I did have a few complaints on this for Tour. Mostly that when you drift for the corners, because they have that weird GBA SNES blocking at the side for obvious reasons. But because of that, in Tour, the way they do invisible walls is just completely terrible for it, because you'll be trying to do a turn and you'll hug onto it and it'll break your turn, and it's just, oh, it's so frustrating. But yeah, it looks like they added some zero gravity here, which is pretty cool. And you get to go in water. So yeah, to me, other than Tour, this is basically a new track, which is pretty cool. And I honestly am glad that it's here, because I feel like it's gonna run a lot freaking better in something like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe than it is in Tour. And it is fairly short. So I think another thing that's gonna help is that extra lap. It also kind of reminds me of Banshee Boardwalk, if Banshee Boardwalk was good. And if you like Banshee Boardwalk, tell me why in the comment section down below. But yeah, I mostly don't like it because for some reason they made it like stupid dark, and that just annoys me. Oh, god dang it. Aw. Oh, but Blue Justice right there. Are you kidding? Okay. Okay. This is apparently the time when we're gonna show off that there's a few iframe differences. It's so unfortunate, dude. Somehow we don't even have like frenzy mode on either, because this is just regular stuff. So my item luck is just not having it today. Isabel, oh, she's getting her revenge, dude. Dude, you already got your revenge on me. You don't need to do it again. Yeah, so it's that turn. So that turn is still pretty terrible for me. I think I'm gonna definitely need a lot more practice, because that's with inside drift. So with outside drift, I think I'm definitely gonna have some interesting issues. But at the same time, if I can learn inside drift, whew, that's gonna be fire, dude. Alright, well, I don't know how we managed to make it all the way back to first, but we did do it. So, my thoughts on the course, you know, it is a GBA track, but it's also remade in Tour. I think they did a pretty good job. It's fairly short, but it's not short enough to where comebacks are hard to make. I do think that it's a pretty good track, but again, I'd say it's more so mid but maybe a little bit better than London. Okay, here's where the nostalgia comes in, guys. I've played a ton of this in Tour, but way before Tour, back when Mario Kart 7 first launched, I remember on that day, I got it launch day. My dad wanted to go to the chiropractor, so me and my brother went, and I asked my dad, I'm like, hey, the GameStop is right there, Mario Kart 7 just dropped, can we go to GameStop to get it? And he said yes. And I got not only Mario Kart 7, but Mario Kart DS, and then neglected to play Mario Kart DS for like 10 years, but that's besides the point. Mario Kart 7 is a big part of my 3DS nostalgia, and this is one of those stages that has always been so cool to me, where you're just going down the mountain just to climb it back up, and it does a really great job of showing like how the glider can work in short bursts, and how it can work in a very versatile way. It's never necessarily been one of my favorite tracks, but it's definitely one that I'm super nostalgic for, especially after Tour. And one of the things for Tour that was my favorite tracks, I would say, is the reverse version, because you actually get to go like all the way down the mountain, and when you go down the mountain, it's just super cool. Aw, dude, that... Okay, we did get batted, but that's fine. Boo tabet. We're dead, but we can still revive. Somebody put a banana there? Oh, how dare you. If that was me, why'd you do that? If that was somebody else, I curse you. But you know what? We are not gonna let the Inkling destroy us. Wait, when did Inkling get into this? But yeah, I have a lot of nostalgia for this. Unfortunately, I never played online until there started being a bunch of hackers for when I did Mario Kart 7 for streaming, so I never got to experience this stage like that. But yeah, the reverse versions of this track are so good. And unfortunately, there's not going to be a way to play them because they don't have, like, any version of that. But who knows, maybe in the future, they'll add something like that to a mainline Mario Kart. Dude, my Tour knowledge also really screwed me there, because I'm like, no, the end is, like, right there! Because I've been talking about the reverse version of this track the whole time. Dude, what is up with the blue shells? Oh my... Dude, it's so rough. It's so rough out of all the places for it, too. But apparently I picked a really nice course for this, though. Or, sorry, not course, cart for this. Because we are definitely zooming. And we're making up for a lot of our losses here. Okay, come on, Red. Yeah, sorry, Inkling, but you got splatted. Thought we were playing Mario Kart? Nah, man, we were playing Splatoon 3. Wait, you can... That's just straight up a cut you can make? Oh. I figured the glider would die out there. I didn't even know that pipe was there. Dude, that makes that area so much easier. Because usually I glide, but you, like, just make it. Unless you have that pipe. That's actually kind of wild. So yeah, I will say, nostalgia reasons, so glad this course is back. It's probably my favorite out of all the Rock Cups. But to be fair, it's with a little bit of bias. But it's such a cool track, though. Anyway, though, it's time for the one I'm going to be the most biased for. Maple Treeway's back, itches! Oh my gosh, dude. I love this course. It is so fun. It is so festive? Not really festive, but... Dude, fall aesthetic is so beautiful. And Maple Treeway... Man, it makes me think of the One Galaxy stage where you go down the slide, and granted, that's not the best stage. But this track on Wii has always been so fun. It's the fact that I have added memories on Twitch playing this in Tour, and just like this helping me get Twitch affiliate, just, it makes the memories so much better. Also, the fact that Inkling Girl is in front in this is so aesthetically pleasing. Though, thinking about it, she kind of has some camouflage going on, which is a little bit unfortunate. Yo, dude, they actually added items right there. Yo, that's kind of wild. Okay, I'm glad they did that, because it gives a genuine reason to use that ramp. Oh, and okay, so that used to be like a jump boost pad, so it looks like they changed that to just be a glide section. I'm guessing because it's easier to just put in a ramp than to model one extra thing. Though, I'm hoping if that is the case, if we do get DK Mountain, that they keep the bridge. Because, dude, if they put DK Mountain in this, and you can play DK Mountain back-to-back with Maple Treeway, oh, dude, that's gonna be so fire. I'm gonna freaking love that, dude. Oh, man. I will say, I might be a little bit too tired to be all, like, super extremely, like, in your face about how excited I am about this stuff. But man, I'm telling you, I am super happy about these stages that are here. It's so good, dude. Now that may have been a mistake, though it does give me more opportunities potentially for thumbnails. And I'm noticing there's also items in those little, like, tree areas, which I love to go in those. So there's actually a lot of areas to go to just stock up. So that's really nice. Alright, let's hope we can actually make this turn for once. Aw, dude, that blue shell couldn't have come, like, a little bit sooner? I'm sorry, Wiggler. I had to have somebody to share the pain with, buddy. And unfortunately, that was you. Because, you know, you were in Mario Kart 7. And I feel like you should be a driver again. Because, like, you're just a great addition to the roster. Let me know down below, did you guys play as Wiggler when you played, if you played Mario Kart 7? Man, Wiggler's just so fun, dude. Yeah, we got all first places with one of my favorite characters of all time, King Boo. Thank you for joining us, because apparently you're a special guest of this podcast that isn't a podcast. Oh my gosh. Man, I hope this wasn't too, like, mid of a video for me, but hopefully you guys still enjoyed it. Those are my first thoughts of how this cup went. And, dude, Isabelle actually would have been a good choice for this one too, because Isabelle on that fall aesthetic. But there wasn't enough fall, you know? If we had a more, like, fall-like city, then maybe I would have thought Isabelle. But who knows? Maybe there will be another time when we have, like, a cute, peaceful type of course that Isabelle will fit into. But yeah, okay, so my thoughts, Maple Treeway, it's Maple Treeway. You can't be upset that it's here. It's such a good track. Also nostalgia. So I would say I would probably tie Maple Treeway and Rock Mountain. But at the same time, don't hate me, but I'd maybe put, if I had to choose, I'd maybe put Rock a little bit higher. Just because, like, I know they're both in tour, but I already had that super big excitement about Maple Treeway being in tour. And Rock doesn't show up as much. But, you know, just from a dynamic standpoint, Rock is really good. And also it's Rock Cup. So, like, it already has a little bit of, like, an up there. But yeah, the other two tracks I'd probably put somewhere in the thirds. I don't really know, but it's not a bad third place. You know, it's a prideful third place. But yeah, London each lap is pretty much, like, generally the same, but it's still pretty cool. I still like it. I mean, at some point, I'm sure once all the DLC's out, I'll look at all of these and I'll have, like, a hindsight type of thing. Maybe we'll do some sort of a tier list. I don't know. I already have plans for a little bit of a tournament that I'm very excited about. And what makes it even more exciting is we have even more options to talk about now. So I'm all for it. And especially Nintendo, if you add more carts and characters. Yes. Aw, dude. Everyone has had like some random secret update. So I'm very curious what else they're going to secretly add here to surprise us with. Anyway, though, guys, that is it for Rock Cup. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button. Share us out with that known love. Brother Mothers is Father Iguana. And I'll see you guys next time. Keep it safe. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you look over to the left, you can see the playlist for this series, as well as a fun video. And if you scroll your eyes over to the right, you can subscribe to the channel, as well as see a video from my archives, or some such thing that I've decided to put there. Anyway, though, hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys next time.